For our final segment, I want to talk about the competitiveness of our industry from a wage perspective. But before we do that, can you talk about the data that you have access to as an economist for Oregon and how reliable and accurate is that information?
We have really amazing wage records of individuals through time with the wages they've been paid, the industry of employment, and it's invaluable source of information for us to sort of understand trends within the labor market.
The hospitality industry in Oregon is a big job producer. Just how big is it?
Generally, on average, about 11% of our employment in Oregon, our private sector employment, is concentrated in leisure and hospitality.
About a month ago, we discussed the competitiveness of hospitality wages compared to other industries. What percentage of jobs fall under $15 an hour, and how does that compare to other industries?
About 2/3 of all the jobs in leisure and hospitality are below that $15 an hour threshold, which ranks the highest of all the industries in the state of Oregon, highest share below that $15 threshold. The second highest is retail trade, so no surprises, I think, for most people.
Fair to say that our industry's competitiveness from a labor standpoint is a relative thing, and it can change over time?
So after coming out of the recession, we really relied on leisure and hospitality as one of our big employment sectors that was really adding jobs when no other industry was. And so they were really competitive then. They were adding jobs, they were hiring people, high levels of unemployment, and it was a really critical employment sector for us. But as the expansion continued, and like I said, we're now in a historically long expansion, job opportunities from other industries started to expand, and those were more competitive from a wage perspective, whether those were construction, whether those were in professional business services, healthcare, et cetera. We were seeing hiring across the board across the state of Oregon. And so as a result, what's happened is our unemployment rate has shrunk, the pool of labor is smaller, and there are more job opportunities that offer higher wages available. So all of a sudden it becomes a smaller and smaller sliver available for leisure and hospitality, and it's not like the demand for leisure and hospitality workers has gotten any smaller. So this has become a major talking point across the state is how do some of these leisure businesses, accommodations, food services, et cetera, how do they recruit workers when somebody can easily go find a job for a retailer that might pay more or work for a construction crew that's got to pay twice as much, whatever it might be. It's a distinct challenge, and like I said, I think our current labor market conditions, where we are in the business cycle, is a big factor in why it's so difficult today.